We are delighted to have with us Ms. Elizabeth Thompson, Executive Coordinator of the Rio Plus 20 Conference. Ms. Thompson, what is your vision of the partnership's role in creating a sustainable future and enhancing international cooperation?
Thank you, Patricia, for inviting me to join you. I think this is an important discussion because the partnerships are critical to the effort of creating sustainable development. In the future, going forward, I believe a lot of initiatives are going to have, or perhaps I should put it another way before I get to that. If one considers that sustainable development is about multi-stakeholder engagement and about bringing business, government, and society together, about creating the bridges between environment, economy, and society, then it becomes obvious why we need partnerships. Partnerships are the bridge to those interactions. Partnerships are how we bring the stakeholders from each sector and from each group together, so that Rio Plus 20's role in building on the strengthening of partnerships, in looking to see the areas in which partnerships can help to create sustainability, and in looking to see how we do in fact engage all stakeholders in a process which brings us together as partners and shareholders of Earth Incorporated. That's really what partnerships is about, as I see it.
Ms. Thompson, how could the UN have a more significant role in supporting partnerships and promoting more strategic alliances among different stakeholders, as you have mentioned?
I think it's important first to recognize that partnerships are important. And if we do that and then underpin a lot of our policy engagement, a lot of the structures that we are putting in place, a lot of the interactions that we are seeking to put in place, if we underpin them with partnerships, then that is how we would go about bringing some of the partners together. I believe that the UN has a unique role to play because it is eminently well placed to create credibility with governments, with other international agencies, and with the wider public, and also to start to reach out to the business sector. And that is important in the context of building a global green economy, which of course is what we are attempting to catalyze.
Thank you. What would you like to see the Partnerships Forum accomplishing as its legacy of Rio Plus 20?
I believe that the Partnerships Forum can start the important process of heightening the profile of partnerships, looking to see where some of the critical linkages can be made. If one accepts that we are inviting business into a new level of engagement, if one accepts that governments have been under significant pressure because of the financial and consequential economic crisis, and that governments will not have available all of the capital that they need, and that going forward you are going to see a heightening number of special purpose vehicles, of public and private sector partnerships, of government working with civil society, with the NGO community, and with stakeholders across the social spectrum to help to bring about development policy, development activities, and development programs and projects. Then the Partnerships Forum can start that engagement. It can start to bring people together. It can start to look at some of the sectors where critical linkages can be made. I think too that there is a role in the Partnerships Forum for trying to bring business and capital from the developed world into the developing world and into developing country activities and strategic programming.
Thank you, Liz. What are your hopes for partnerships after Rio Plus 20 and looking to the post-2015 development agenda? What are your hopes for these partnerships?
Well, I think I don't have hopes. I have a single hope, and it is that we recognize that because we are as much connected by the air that we breathe, by the ozone layer, by the oceans, as we are by social media, by cell phones, by the internet, then we would recognize that we really are in this together, and there is no choice but to work collaboratively for the future that we want. So I hope that the Partnerships Forum, I hope that the legacy post-Rio and the approach that we use is one of recognition of a common future, recognition of the desire and right of all of us for social justice, to live in dignity, to have a reasonable quality of life and not fear that our children's future will be jeopardized. If we can come out of Rio with that understanding and an agreement to work more collaboratively at the level of ecology, at the level of economy, at the level of society, amongst all stakeholders toward our future, then I would think that Rio would have achieved its purpose.
Thank you, Liz. It is always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia.